Welcome back to Wainsider, where we dive deep into the most heart-wrenching and unforgettable moments in the world of professional wrestling. Tonight, we bring you a story that's shaken the WWE universe to its core, one that no fan, no superstar, and certainly no family ever expects. What should have been a celebration of love, unity, and triumph has instead turned into a sorrow-filled chapter in the history of WWE. Bianca Belair, one of the brightest stars in the company, is now left to navigate the unimaginable pain of losing her husband, Montez Ford. Bianca and Montez were always more than just a couple, they were a power duo in WWE, their chemistry undeniable. From the moment they stepped onto the scene, it was clear that their relationship transcended the ring. Their partnership was a beacon of positivity, determination, and love, everything that WWE fans adored. Bianca, with her incredible athleticism and unyielding willpower, and Montez, with his charisma and raw talent, had become symbols of what it meant to dream big and achieve greatness together. Their journey wasn't just about the gold and the glory. No, it was about their shared ambition to elevate one another. Montez always spoke proudly of his wife, celebrating her success, and in turn, Bianca cheered louder for him than anyone else. Together, they embodied the ideal that love and support could push you to the very top. But as we know in the world of wrestling, fate can be cruel, and no one is ever fully prepared for the kind of heartbreak that struck this beloved couple. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. The pressure of the WWE schedule is something few outsiders truly understand. Superstars don't just compete in the ring, they live, breathe, and exist under constant scrutiny. Bianca and Montez, while incredibly successful in their careers, never allowed the weight of their obligations to pull them apart. In fact, they seemed stronger together than ever before. But the relentless nature of the industry has its toll, and sometimes, even the strongest of bonds face moments of silent strain, though no one could have predicted that such tension would ever manifest so tragically. The attack that took Montez's life, while shrouded in mystery, has left many questions unanswered. What happened behind the scenes? Who was responsible for the tragedy that has taken away one of WWE's brightest stars? No one expected Montez Ford to be taken so suddenly, so violently. To the outside world, Montez was a force to be reckoned with. But what the fans didn't see, what no one could have anticipated, was the darkness that slowly began to creep into the story of their seemingly perfect relationship. Wrestling, by its nature, is a dangerous business. It's a world of risks, of brutal battles, where the line between entertainment and real-life consequences is often blurred. When Bianca Belair learned of the tragic passing of her husband, she was crushed, not just by the loss of the man she loved, but by the shock of how it all unfolded. The details of Montez's final moments are still unclear, but the aftermath has left a void that no one can fill. As Bianca stood in the ring, processing the heartbreak and overwhelming sorrow, the weight of grief was almost palpable. She, the est of WWE, known for her resilience, now faced an enemy she could not fight: loss. The WWE universe, usually filled with cheers, was left in stunned silence. Fans who had watched Bianca and Montez rise through the ranks were now left mourning the tragic loss of one of their own. The outpouring of love and support for Bianca was immediate, but no words, no gestures, could take away the immense pain she was feeling. Backstage, whispers began to spread. Was Montez's passing part of a larger conspiracy, or was it a random tragedy? What had really happened, and why was it so sudden? The idea that such a beloved figure could be taken so unexpectedly left many in the locker room questioning the safety and the hidden dangers of the industry. What's the true cost of the business that these athletes give their hearts and souls to? Bianca, too, found herself asking those same questions. The grief was overwhelming, and the answers she sought were elusive. Despite the heartbreak, Bianca, in her strength, made it clear that she would honor Montez's memory. She would carry his legacy with her, never forgetting the love, the dreams, and the moments they shared. But even as she spoke of honoring her husband's legacy, the reality of his absence hit harder with each passing day. No amount of accolades or championships could fill the void that Montez's death had left in her heart. This wasn't just the loss of a husband, it was the loss of her partner, her teammate, and her best friend. But amidst the tears, the WWE Universe began to rally behind Bianca in ways no one could have imagined. The strength she demonstrated in the wake of her unimaginable pain became a testament to the woman she is. Bianca's tears were not just for herself, but for the entire WWE Universe, which had watched her and Montez grow together, only to see the light dim so tragically. The outpouring of love from fellow superstars, from fans, and from the entire wrestling community showed just how deep the connection between them all truly went. Bianca's journey would no longer just be about her triumphs. It was now about her ability to heal, to rise from the ashes of devastation, and to show the world that even in the darkest of times, there is still hope. Her strength in the face of such unimaginable loss was becoming a beacon of resilience, not just for herself, but for everyone who has ever faced a personal tragedy. She was carrying not just her own weight, but the weight of Montez's memory, a responsibility that would shape her career and her future. In the days that followed, the backstage whispers only grew louder. Many speculated about the future of Bianca's career. Would she continue her path as a champion, or would the grief consume her? The reality of her pain was undeniable, but the real question remained: would she be able to focus on her legacy in the ring without her partner by her side? Or was the very heart of her WWE journey lost with Montez? Bianca's emotions were a whirlwind of grief and confusion, but there was one thing she knew for certain: she had to honor Montez. She wasn't just going to fade away or lose herself in the sadness. She was going to carry his spirit with her every step of the way. Fans, too, rallied behind her in this decision. The WWE Universe, devastated by the loss, knew that Bianca would fight on, not just for herself, but for Montez's memory. But how would the future of WWE be impacted by this loss? The death of Montez Ford left a void not just in Bianca's life but in the entire wrestling world. He was more than just a performer, he was a symbol of hope, of love, and of what could be achieved when two people worked together toward a common dream. His absence was felt deeply, not just by those who knew him personally, but by the millions who cheered him on as he soared through the ropes and conquered the ring. There is also the question of legacy. What does it mean for Bianca, as the est of WWE, to continue her journey in the face of such overwhelming loss? Montez was a huge part of her journey, her support system, her partner, her equal. In his absence, will she be able to carry on the work they began together? Or will this tragedy define her career in ways that she never anticipated? One thing is for certain, though: the love and devotion she shared with Montez will never fade. Bianca's story is no longer just about her as an individual, it's about love, loss, and legacy.